Hi there, and welcome back to the Message Marketing Pod. I'm your host, Christopher Melotti from Melotti Media, and I have a really exciting guest with me here. We have Erwin Howe, who has two brands. It's Chromatics, which they do phenomenal websites. Make sure you jump onto their website. They're in Melbourne, and you'll see, as I did, immediately when you go to their website, it's just phenomenal. And then he's got another brand called Conversion Cow, which is a really interesting spin on websites in terms of having a quick summary tab. And we'll go through that in a second, but I'm going to let Erwin introduce himself. And then this episode, what we're going to talk about is the ins and outs of an effective website, depending on copy, design, layout, and more. We started having a great chat and we thought, let's record this. So this is completely impromptu. Erwin, over to you to introduce yourself.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, my name's Erwin. Erwin is in Steve Erwin, and my nickname is the Website Whisperer. Absolutely, I've got two brands, and we care, and our heart is always, we care about fast forwarding the sales process. So my job is to get someone's attention and to help them take action. And that's the real heart. And so we've been able to help bless businesses by helping them to get their customers' attention so that their customers take action. That's all we care for. And so that's what our two businesses do.
Right? See, this is the thing. We all get caught up on the website rigmarole. We actually forget what the point of it is, which is to be a conversion engine, like to be a publishing space. And so, Erwin, let's have a quick discussion, because I want every podcast episode of mine to be something that people can take away. So being a copywriter, I'm a very big advocate of copy and the messaging on a website. Erwin, you're a big fan of course, design layouts. So it's a chicken and the egg here, but it's actually not. And so, Erwin, let's start with that conversation you were just having, where every website, you were saying, has to have, of course, a compelling message, but that alone will not suffice. Do you want to take it from here?
And you're absolutely right. I think sometimes there's a bit of almost like a fight between designers. I'll call it a bit of a fight, designers and content writers and stuff. And I'm saying you kind of need, so just hear me out for a second.
No, go.
Imagine a blank website with the poorest design, but the best, sharpest words. I will know who you are, but you've hit the rational part of my brain, maybe the emotional with the words and stuff, but I can't feel, I can't see it. I'm a visual being and stuff like that. So I feel like I'm there, but I haven't fully met the mark. On the other hand, we've created some beautiful websites in the past before as well, where, oh my gosh, even I sit there and I'm like, wow, this looks stunning.
Yes.
But I'm not going to lie, we missed the mark on what are we selling? Why? What's the purpose of the website? And we realized, wait a minute, this site is about lead generation. It's about getting the client seat at the table in the tender. It's here to sell confidence. And so why are we disconnecting content with the graphic side? Why don't we, like that taco ad and stuff, why not have both? Sort of thing, like, why don't we go for the soft shell and the hard shell tacos and stuff? Why don't we mix them together? And so we believe that you need amazing content that is clear, crisp, articulating your unique selling proposition, your unfair advantage in just a couple of words.
Yep.
But in the same breath, and you can use long form as well, but you also need some amazing content, content in the form of images and videos and stuff. I'm going to tell you right now, if you are not using video in your websites or your marketing, you are missing out. There's a reason why YouTube's the second biggest search engine in the world now, outside of Google, right? But the third one, and here's the little secret, a lot of people just go, oh, if I've got some great images, some great videos, some great content, written by Melotti Media and stuff, bam, this works. And I'm like, you've missed one part. And just play with me. So we actually did some great photos, videos, got some great content, and we put it randomly on a page.
Yes.
Or let's not take it that far, right? Let's say we did it in a very fairly well-constructed way, right? It seemed pretty okay. You do know if you optimize that, it takes it to another level.
Yeah, like UX.
And if you don't actually believe me, have you ever been into a room or restaurant where you go, the place looks amazing. I know exactly what they sell, but something looks a bit off. And all you do is you just move a couple of chairs around, just a tad, a smidge, right? And you go, if they had a painting there, a little, and maybe just move those chairs over here, the place suddenly seems bigger, looks more attractive, looks more expensive. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So layout design is just important, and knowing how to lay out. So it's the mastery of getting the content, getting text content, getting the imagery content, plus knowing how to lay out. That combination is absolutely killer. And if you
I
do not do
couldn't
it
agree more.
correctly,
And then, Owen, I'm all for this. Like, even though I'm
100%.
the word side, when my team and I, when we do websites, what we actually do is we do wireframes with the copy for that exact reason. Because for me, I know for a fact words are not enough, especially if you are putting words in any random order. And what I call my technique is the upside down triangle, where you have the top and you go for the big picture message and you sharpen, 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 sharpen. But that can't be pulled off if you don't have, like you said, Owen, nice photos, nice relevant photos. Relevant. It's not just a spam of, especially with like, all those AI generated stuff now. It's not about, hey, here's a window with a beautiful fantasy land. It's relevant photos, relevant video, relevant messages that take people on a journey. That's why I agree that so all listeners, watchers in this podcast, remember your website must have, like I was saying, fantastic copy that explain, and this is the hard part, explains exactly what you do to people who don't know. I do this all the time where, like, I worked with a legal firm only last week, and they had this new version of their legal service, and they were really struggling. They came to us because they were struggling to actually say what it was. And so so that's the first thing. The next thing is to take people on a journey visually. So I read a stat that said, like, I think it was like 70 to 80% of people's first impression is the design, and that determines whether they stay or not.
100%.
So you have to have a nice, beautiful looking website, and then the flow must take. So when they scroll down, it shouldn't be oh, and this, oh, and that, oh, and that. It should be this goes to that, which then takes you to that. It goes to that. And it like flows on so that it's like the website's having a conversation with you.
100%.
I love this.
And everything you've just mentioned, there's a line I use. I call it 7 words for my 7-year-old. If I cannot articulate what I do to my 7-year-old in 7 words, and again, I said this once to someone, and they laughed. They actually said, "Erwin, my target market is not 7-year-olds," and I get that. I understand. But if I cannot articulate, because let's be honest, I could turn around and say, "Hi, my name's Erwin. I'm a conversion design specialist using human psychology and behavior to help people to take blah 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 blah." I've already lost you.
Yeah.
But if I just say I make websites and make your phone ring,
there you go.
Like, oh, okay. How do you do that? We just use human psychology. And okay, now you've engaged. I've got past that first hurdle, and away we go. So I absolutely agree with you. There's clarity in message, not just, and I think a lot of people approach a website like a checkbox. Do I have words on it? Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Do I have photos? Stock image. Yep, I've done that part. And the one word I hope people take away from this whole conversation is the word intentional.
Yep.
Everything on your website has to be intentional. The purpose, why you've placed something. I've had even web designers say, "Oh, why don't you put that there? Because I liked it."
Yeah.
Well, what has that got to do with anything?
Yeah.
The client's not looking for a design trend. The client doesn't need this. The customer doesn't even care for it, but you like it. So that's intentional for you. But the most important person in this room right now, listening, is not here. It's the customer. Correct. It's not you, me, what the listeners listen. No, it doesn't really matter what we say. It's what does the customer want? And so be intentional with what you put on your website. Less really is more.
Yeah.
And away we go.
Yep, I agree. Yeah. So, like, this was a great quick episode. Remember, takeaway is all of those 3 should be synergistic elements of your website, and you'll know if it works. Because 1, you'll get compliments, right? Like, I always get compliments on my website, and it's not that it's anything particularly special. It's just, it looks visually impressive and people get a good experience from it. So when you get compliments, and also, of course, like you said, Owen, when you get conversions, like calls, emails, things that happen all the time with us, like we've landed so many big clients out of the blue from our website, and that's the best indicator. So having those 3 elements working synergistically, and if you're not, it's time to speak to someone like myself or Erwin who can do the websites. Like today, it's not good enough to be complacent anymore. Like your website needs to be there selling 24/7 for you, just like you are every day.
Yeah.
So,
and just one misnomer, because I bet you someone's sitting there right now thinking to themselves, okay, I get it. I need to do something, right? In the same way, actually, if I wasn't too fit, I'd go, you know what? I have to spend all these dollars getting a personal trainer. No. There are very quick, cheap. I'll give you an example.
Please.
I think someone could engage with you to look at their website and not spend $1 million and just spend the tiniest amount just to go, hey, can you just help get my message clear?
Yep.
And you could just update your website yourself. I'm the website guy. I know I'm saying just do it yourself. Like just after talking to someone like you, after talking to you, getting a couple of keywords, we're done, right? On the other flip side, on the website, people go, mate, web designers, and I admit, we there's hourly rates and stuff. We got to pay, local Australian staff. The websites cost money.
Yes.
But using tools like ConversionCal, which is only like, less than a coffee a day, $5 a day sort of thing, you could already improve your conversion chances.
Yes.
Just by installing something like that. So there are tools, there's tips, there's little tricks that don't need to cost you the world.
Yes.
And if anything that someone's heard today kind of makes them rethink their own website and they can do it themselves, go nuts, because it's all about the 1%ers. We get just a fix it. And if you can afford it, go nuts and do the full, knock down rebuild like the house. But if you can't, like a handy person, just go around and just chip away yourself.
Chip away. And that's what we've done. So what we did is we had a professional developer make our website, and from there, I think I get my team to tweak it almost every week, literally every week. And but like you said, it's not for the sake of it; it's purposeful. So for instance, and this is for guidance for everyone listening, is when I hear someone say, oh, do you do this service, right? And I say, oh, we do that all the time. And they went, oh, good, because I couldn't find it on your website. Boom, we're already making a page for that. When someone says, oh, I couldn't find answers to these questions, straight away, boom, it's on the website under the FAQ.
That's or a blog post or something like that.
Or a blog. And that's the thing. And so like for me, I liked what you said, which is websites should be intentional, a purpose. They serve a purpose. It's not just pretty for pretty's sake. It's not just worded for worded sake. It is making sure it's intentional, relevant, customer centric, gets to the point. All of those, these are beautiful insights. And like you said, Owen, incremental updates is always a good thing. Like I didn't start with the website I had today when I started, right? I started with like a Weebly, a simple one where I built it myself. Sure. And then I grew and had a designer. Now I've paid a bit more for another designer and so forth. So everyone listening, the point is websites are very, very important, especially with those three elements: design, words, layout, and incremental improvements.
And can I add one last thing? Just on top of it. I know a lot of people think, oh, websites, I'm not a digital person. I don't get this whole website content, image, layout thing you guys are talking about. And why I need to update it, because I've already got a website, sort of thing. I want to replace the word website with something that you said before.
Yes.
You have to treat your website like a sales. So think of it as a salesperson. I don't know if you have a sales team, but the sales team, you continuously upgrade.
Yeah.
You continuously optimize, you continue to improve, continue to train. You don't just go, okay, you've got your one pitch. Okay, go nuts and we'll never talk. No. Hey, how did that? No, let's tweak. And so your website is an evolving beast. It's not a tick, I've got it. It's like, do I have a salesperson? Yes, done. Sales is fine. No, this is an ongoing thing. Kind of like personal training. You don't just go have one program and you just go, I'm just going to do that. No, you update it, you change, you're getting better, step by step. But don't so be really clear. Please do not overspend. Anyone who's listening, please don't overspend for the sake of, don't spend money for the sake of it. Do a little bit, do something cost effective, see what results. If it works, great. If not, change. Next one. And then keep going up. So that's why I want people to know there is quick advice you can get from people. There's cost-effective tools you can get. Little small techniques. Read up on blogs, listen to YouTube and stuff like that. Try ConversionCal. All those little things. And if it does move the needle, awesome. And if it doesn't, you haven't actually broken the bank. And that's the key thing. So
love it, Owen. Well, definitely check out Owen Howe from Chromatics and ConversionCal. I love the idea of ConversionCal. We're going to put it on our website at the moment. And it's basically like your website in a summary tab. And I can't wait to use that tool. So that's what we're talking about here with Owen Ideas, is little things like that. So thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for listening, everyone. Thank you. I'm Chris from the Message Marketing Pod, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.